For decades, the dream of working abroad was a straight path for millions of Filipinos. But as we enter 2026, 10 of the most popular destinations for FWs and students are slamming their doors shut. New laws, extreme salary requirements, and a global shift in politics have created a wall that thousands will fail to climb. If you are planning to leave or if you have family abroad, your 2026 plans just changed. We aren't just talking about harder visas. We are talking about countries that have officially decided they want fewer of us. From the surprising new restrictions in Japan to the total policy overhaul in the UK, here are the 10 countries slamming their doors on Filipinos in 2026. Stay until the end because the country at number 1 is the one 90% of you were planning to go to. Number 10, United States. In 2026, the United States remains one of the most difficult destinations for Filipino travelers due to its highly selective visa system and strict immigration screening. Filipino passport holders must apply for a visa even for short tourist visits, and the process involves lengthy application forms, high non-refundable fees, and mandatory in-person interviews at the U.S. Embassy. One of the biggest challenges is proving strong ties to the Philippines, as U.S. officers closely assess whether an applicant might overstay or work illegally. Even applicants with stable jobs, savings, and travel history can face rejection without a detailed explanation. Long waiting times for interview slots, sometimes stretching several months, further discourage many Filipinos. Approval rates vary widely depending on personal background and travel history. Visa denial letters often provide only generic reasons, leaving applicants confused. Reapplying means paying the full fee again. While the U.S. is not officially closed to Filipinos, the combination of high refusal rates, uncertainty, and financial cost makes it feel largely inaccessible for average travelers in 2026. Number 9, United Kingdom. The United Kingdom continues to apply some of the strictest visa requirements for Filipino nationals, making travel difficult despite historical ties between the two countries. Filipino applicants must submit detailed financial records, proof of accommodation, travel plans, and sometimes invitation letters, even for short tourist stays. Biometric data collection and application fees add to the burden, while visa decisions can take weeks or months. A major issue faced by many applicants is rejection based on doubts about intent to return, especially for young or first-time travelers. The UK often examines bank transactions in detail. Sudden deposits can raise red flags. Employment letters are carefully verified. Unlike some countries, the UK provides limited explanation for refusals, leaving applicants discouraged. In 2026, these tight controls reflect the UK's broader immigration policy, which prioritizes risk assessment over tourism growth. Number 8, Australia. Australia remains a high-barrier destination for Filipinos in 2026 due to its rigorous visa screening and risk-based immigration system. Even tourist visas require strong proof of finances, employment stability, and clear travel intent, while first-time applicants often face closer scrutiny. Student and work visas demand official sponsorships, medical checks, and background verification, making the process both time-consuming and expensive. Australia's immigration authorities closely monitor applicants from countries with past overstay records, which affects many Filipino travelers. Visa processing times can change suddenly. Additional documents are often requested mid-process. Appeals rarely succeed without new evidence. Some applicants wait months only to receive refusals. As a result, many Filipinos consider Australia one of the hardest English-speaking countries to access. Number 7, Japan. Japan continues to require visas for Filipino travelers, and in 2026 the process remains strict, especially for first-time visitors. Applicants must submit detailed itineraries, proof of sufficient funds, employment certificates, and in some cases a guarantor based in Japan. Even minor documentation errors can lead to rejection, and visa fees are not refunded. Japan's cautious approach is influenced by past overstaying cases and a strong focus on border control. Travel agencies often assist with applications. Self-applied visas face higher scrutiny. Short-term visas are common but tightly controlled. Repeat travelers usually receive better consideration. While Japan promotes tourism globally, Filipino travelers still face hurdles compared to visa-free nationalities. Number 6, South Korea. South Korea remains a challenging destination for Filipino passport holders in 2026, despite its popularity through K-dramas, K-pop, and tourism campaigns. Except for limited access to Jeju Island under specific conditions, most Filipinos must secure a visa before traveling. Applicants are required to show financial capability, stable employment, and detailed travel plans, and first-time travelers often face higher rejection risks. South Korean authorities remain cautious due to historical cases of overstaying and illegal employment. Group tours sometimes improve approval chances. Individual travelers face stricter checks. Rejected applicants receive minimal explanation. Reapplication requires starting the process again. These factors make South Korea feel unwelcoming for many Filipino tourists.
Number 5. China.
China continues to impose visa requirements on Filipino travelers in 2026, with no broad visa-free access available. Applicants must provide hotel bookings, invitation letters for business or family visits, and proof of financial stability. Political relations and regional tensions can sometimes slow down visa processing or increase scrutiny. Tourist visas are usually short-term and single-entry, while multiple-entry visas are difficult to obtain. Embassy appointments can be limited. Processing timelines are unpredictable. Business visas require official Chinese sponsors. Any mismatch in documents can lead to denial. While China is geographically close, its visa procedures make spontaneous travel difficult for Filipinos.
Number 4. Germany.
Traveling to Europe remains difficult for Filipinos in 2026 due to strict Schengen visa regulations, with Germany representing one of the most thorough screening systems. Applicants must provide extensive documentation, including proof of funds, travel insurance, detailed itineraries, accommodation confirmations, and evidence of intent to return home. Visa interviews are common, and rejection rates remain high for applicants with weak travel history. Even approved visas usually allow short stays only. Visa appointments are often booked months ahead, forcing travelers to delay plans. Financial thresholds are strictly enforced, and even small bank balance issues can lead to denial. Travel insurance must meet specific standards and cannot be generic. Applicants with prior visa refusals face extra scrutiny. Appeals rarely change outcomes unless new evidence is provided. Although Europe promotes tourism, Schengen policies continue to act as a strong barrier. Number 3. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia remains a restricted destination for Filipinos, as most visas are tied to employment rather than tourism. While tourist visas exist, they require pre-approval, confirmed bookings, and financial proof, and the process can be unpredictable. Religious pilgrimage visas are issued separately and only during specific periods. Saudi authorities maintain strict entry controls, and documentation is closely verified before approval. Sponsorship remains a key factor, and many applicants struggle without an employer or local host. Tourist visas may still be refused without clear reasons, leaving travelers confused. Entry rules can change suddenly due to political or security updates. Cultural norms and strict local laws also influence visa approvals. Even with a valid visa, entry is not guaranteed at the airport, and travelers can be turned back. This makes Saudi Arabia largely inaccessible for casual Filipino travelers.
Number 2. Russia.
Russia continues to require Filipino travelers to obtain visas through a formal and often complicated process. Applicants usually need an official invitation from a Russian host, travel agency, or organization, along with detailed documentation. Visa fees can be high, and processing times vary depending on diplomatic conditions. Multiple entry visas are rare, and travel history is closely reviewed. Language barriers can complicate applications, especially when dealing with official paperwork. Embassy procedures are strict and leave little room for error. Tourism-focused visas are limited compared to business or official visits. Political tensions have increased caution in visa approvals. Sudden policy changes can delay applications without notice. Many Filipinos avoid applying due to uncertainty. As a result, Russia remains one of the least accessible destinations for Filipino tourists in 2026.
Number 1. India.
In 2026, India still requires Filipino nationals to obtain visas, even as it expands visa-free access for some other countries. While e-tourist visas are available, applicants must complete online forms, submit supporting documents, and undergo background checks. Processing delays and occasional rejections occur due to security concerns or incomplete information. Work and student visas are even more complex, requiring sponsorship and institutional approval. System errors during online submission can cause delays. Applicants often report slow response times from visa centers. Rejected applications usually receive limited explanations. Long-term stays face additional scrutiny from authorities. Visa validity periods are sometimes shorter than expected. Multiple entry visas are not easily granted. Despite India's growing tourism industry, Filipino travelers continue to face bureaucratic hurdles that make entry less convenient. If you're a Filipino traveler planning to go abroad in 2026, always double-check embassy requirements, prepare your documents carefully, and never assume approval is guaranteed. Travel freedom depends not just on desire, but on preparation. If this video helped you understand the real challenges Filipino travelers face today, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more global travel insights, and comment below which country surprised you the most. Your journey starts with knowledge, and we're here to guide you every step of the way.